Welcome to Love and Lies Audio, where we present to you the untold tales of love, lies, and life after betrayal. Every heartbreak has a voice, and this is theirs. I never thought I'd be telling this story. Just a few months ago, I believed I was living the perfect life. I had married the love of my life, my newlywed wife, only half a year ago. We were still in that honeymoon phase. Everything felt exciting, passionate, and full of promise. Or at least, that's what I thought. Those first months were filled with moments that now feel almost unreal. She'd send me little texts during the day, random jokes, I miss you, little things that made me smile in the middle of work. We cooked dinners together, clinking wine glasses, laughing over nothing. She was affectionate, playful, full of energy. I thought I had it all. But then, slowly, something shifted. I noticed her laughter didn't always reach her eyes. Sometimes when I talked to her, her gaze would drift, like her mind was far away. I brushed it off, told myself she was stressed, that she was just tired from work. I never wanted to be the jealous or paranoid husband. One night, we were eating takeout at the kitchen table when her phone buzzed. Normally, she didn't care if I saw her screen, but this time she snatched it up so fast, typed a reply with the screen tilted away, and then set it back down face down. My chest tightened. I asked who it was casually, and she smiled too quickly, saying, "Just a friend." Something in her tone made me uneasy, but I swallowed it. She was my wife. I had to trust her. The late nights began soon after. She'd say she was working overtime or grabbing drinks with her girlfriends. Sometimes she came home smelling faintly of a perfume that wasn't hers. Other nights, her makeup was just a little too fresh for someone who claimed to be exhausted from work. I kept making excuses for her. Love blinds you like that. You convince yourself everything is fine, even as the floor beneath you begins to crack. Then came the weekend that changed everything. She told me she was going on a girls' trip. A few of them had booked a little getaway, she said. I nodded, smiled, wished her fun, but something in my gut twisted. Her excitement seemed different. Almost like a teenager sneaking out, rather than a wife planning a trip with friends. When she left, the apartment felt painfully empty. My mind wouldn't quiet down. I paced the living room, poured myself a drink, tried to watch TV. Finally, I opened our shared bank account. I had never done that before, never felt the need. But the moment the page loaded, my world shifted. There were hotel charges, fancy restaurants, charges for 2 drinks, 2 meals. None of it matched her story. My stomach dropped. My hands shook so badly I could barely hold the phone. For the first time, I let myself think it. She's cheating. When she came back Sunday night, suitcase in hand, she kissed me on the cheek like nothing had happened. I tried to play along, asked if she had fun. "Yeah, it was great," she said easily, smiling. "The girls all needed it." Her lie was so smooth, so practiced, that I almost questioned my own sanity. I held it in for a while, but the weight of it gnawed at me. A couple nights later, I finally confronted her. I kept my voice calm. "I checked the account," I said. "The hotel, the dinners. Who were you really with?" Her eyes widened just for a second before narrowing. She snapped, "Why are you checking up on me? Do you not trust me?" I wanted to scream, but instead I whispered, "Just tell me the truth." For days she refused. She denied everything, spun lies, turned it back on me. She accused me of being controlling, paranoid, even insecure. But I knew what I'd seen. I wasn't crazy. The tension between us grew unbearable. We slept in silence, barely speaking, the air thick with anger and suspicion. Then one night, I came home earlier than usual. Her car was already in the driveway, even though she'd told me she'd be working late. My heart started pounding. I stepped inside quietly. The living room light was on. Her purse was on the couch. I heard faint voices from the bedroom, hers and a man's. My legs nearly gave out. I pushed the door open, and there they were. My wife, the woman who just months ago had promised me forever, tangled in bed with another man. The image seared into my brain. My voice cracked as I choked out her name. They both froze, her face going pale, his eyes wide with guilt. I wanted to tear the whole world apart in that moment. She jumped up, wrapped in the sheets, shouting, "It's not what it looks like." The absurdity of it almost made me laugh. Not what it looks like? My entire world was burning in front of me. I couldn't even find words. I just turned and walked out, my ears ringing, my chest hollow. She chased after me, crying, begging me to listen, but I was already gone. Later that night, she called me again and again. Finally, she showed up at the apartment I had gone to, my brother's place. Her eyes were swollen, her voice hoarse from crying. She admitted it. She confessed she'd been seeing someone from work, that the business trips and girls' nights were all lies. It was a mistake, she sobbed. It didn't mean anything. Her words felt like knives. If it didn't mean anything, why risk everything? Why stand before me on our wedding day, swear vows you had no intention of keeping, only to betray me within months? I told her I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't live in a house built on lies. That night, I packed my bag. She clung to me, begging me not to leave, but I walked past her. The woman I thought I knew, the woman I thought I loved, was gone. Now I sit here, months later, still haunted. I wonder if any of it was real. Was she ever in love with me, or was I just the safe choice until something better came along? People say betrayal changes you. They're right. I don't trust the way I used to. I don't look at love with the same hope anymore. Something inside me cracked open, and it may never fully heal. But I survived. The world didn't end, though it felt like it would. The pain didn't kill me, even though it nearly did. Maybe one day I'll love again. Maybe one day I'll believe again. But for now, I carry the memory of a love that burned out before it ever really began, leaving only ashes behind. Thanks for listening. If life has tested your loyalty, betrayal, or strength, tell us your story in the comments. Subscribe to Love and Lies Audio, because some victories speak loudest in silence.